Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back in a bit with yet another video. Today I got y'all with another build, and today I got y'all with another NBA player build. Y'all went crazy on a KD one. I'm gonna come out with gameplay very soon. That's probably gonna be a little bit after Hitman's, but I got y'all with another NBA player build. This is gonna be another build I'm gonna be playing with. I'm gonna be doing a lot of different NBA players and be making the builds, and I'm gonna be taking them to the park and using them. I'm gonna be doing very creative videos with these joints. So those are gonna be new series in the future. Now I'm gonna drop the builds for these builds first, then I'm gonna show y'all when we get into that later. Y'all gonna understand what we're gonna be on later. But yeah, for today's video I'm gonna be showing you guys the best Giannis build. Now this is going to be the first detailed video on a build I've done probably since the end of 2K20. If y'all remember on 2K20, I would show y'all a build and I would show y'all 3 different ways to make it the best way possible, whether it was for the legend, my version, or pretty much like the most popular version. For this build, I'm gonna be showing you guys pretty much the best way that I found, and I'm gonna show you guys 3 alternate versions after that y'all can go and make. It's just that simple. So yeah, this is gonna be the first time I did that in a while. This is gonna make this video a little bit longer, I'm not gonna lie, but for the people that enjoy these type of videos, go ahead and leave a like on this video. That's gonna show me if you guys want me to do these longer detailed videos a lot more, so that y'all make sure that y'all understand that like y'all have these different options and you can't go wrong with any of the builds if you're looking for a build for this specific type of player or a specific type of name, or just trying to make the best build in general. So yeah man, right now go ahead and leave a like. That's gonna show me if y'all want this type of video a lot more. It's gonna show me the support. It's gonna actually help the video go out to a lot more people. Subscribe if you're new, on this road to 100K. So yeah man, without further ado, this has been a long intro, my bad, but yeah man, let's go ahead and hop straight into it.
I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flooded with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, right through your block and I drop off the top and I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Alright, so first things first, when it comes to the position for this build obviously is gonna be at the powerful position. We're making the best Giannis build possible. Now when it came to making Giannis, it was very difficult. I tried all different types of heights, I tried all different types of weights, I tried all different type of wingspan, what we're gonna get into next. Alright, next is going to be pretty much the best height, weight, wingspan for this build. So when it came to making the Giannis build, I had to find the perfect height, I had to find the perfect weight, I had to find the perfect wingspan to make this man's build. Now that's the reason why we have so many different versions of this build in this video, because I don't know which one is the best. In my opinion, I think I know which one is the best, but the one that I'm gonna show is the best. That's the one I'm gonna spend the most time on, but the other 3 I'm gonna show you guys also, just in case that y'all want to see that too. So yeah, the best version, this is what we're gonna go over first. The 6'8" with 240 pounds and wingspan. The 240 pounds is so that you have a high enough strength. 6'8" is pretty much gonna be able to help you get as much different things as possible, whether you're talking about playmaking, shooting, finishing, and defense. If you go taller on the height, a lot, your playmaking takes a hit, your shooting takes a hit. You know what I'm saying? And because you have to have a long wingspan with Giannis, because it's Giannis, he's the Greek freak. He's known as a tall, lanky dude. It's just that simple. So yeah, that's pretty much the height with wingspan we're gonna be going with on the best version, in my opinion. Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple. Alright, next is going to be the attributes for the best version. So we're gonna end up with 27, 13, and 23. So for Giannis, man, Giannis, he's the MVP. He can do pretty much everything. The only thing that he probably has a hole in is shooting. So that's the only thing that's gonna pretty much have a hole on the badge count. But when it came to the finishing and defense, I had to at least get 20 on that. I tried to get as close as possible to 15 because Giannis is actually a pretty good playmaker, and he's pretty fast with the ball, and he can pretty decent at dribbling for his height. Now, when it came to the defense, it was very hard because Giannis can do everything on defense. He can steal, he can get blocks, He can get perimeter defense, and he has good interior defense, and he's really good at rebounding. On physicals, he has no holes, so we pretty much had to max all that out. So with that in mind, you got to bear with me when it came to making this build. So with that being said, for the physicals, pretty much everything is maxed. Everything is maxed. Only thing that's not maxed is the stamina. That's going to be at a 91. Y'all understand why that's at a 91. For the finishing, you're going to get 20 badger grades. Maxed out the driving dunk, driving layup, standing dunk. I tried to have a post control. I tried to have a close shot. You put up a close shot, you're not going to be able to have everything else. You put up a post control. That's the closest thing I could get. But the shoot, you wouldn't have the 13 playmaking and be able to be as high on the passing. So I just had to take the hit. It's just what I had to do. When it comes to making some of these NBA player builds, probably the hardest one to make this year is Giannis because of how tall he is. Because when you go up in height, it messes up the build a lot. So, yeah, man, I feel like if I would have made this at like a 6'7", that's too short. So I just had to go 6'8" for this one. Which, when it comes to the other versions, those are gonna be taller, maybe with a lot more strength and stuff like that. But you're gonna see the differences. But yeah, for the shooting, we maxed out the three-pointer and mid-range. Giannis can't even shoot free throws. He's airballed several times, so I just made sure to give him a three-pointer and mid-range. The three-pointer might be a little bit too generous, but yeah, you get what I did. And then for the playmaking, maxed out ball handle, maxed out speed ball, pass accuracy to a 76. I feel like this is the most accurate category because I feel like all that is very similar to how well Giannis does each one of those things. Only thing that should be higher is speed ball, but Giannis is so lanky, I don't even feel like he's that fast with the ball. I feel like he just can do everything in like 2 dribbles because that's how tall and long he is. Then when it comes to defense and rebounding, max out interior defense because he's one of the best paint defenders. Max out perimeter defense because he's very good at perimeter defense for his height and length. Then we have a steal of a 29. That's because you can still get passing lane steals with no matter what. And that's pretty much what Giannis does. He's not really like poking ball loose like Kawhi and stuff like that. Then for the block, that's pretty much going to be the highest rating he has. Giannis is really good at getting blocks. Really good as he's one of the lankiest people in the league and very tall. Then when it comes to the rebounding, this was the hardest one. I tried to get this as close as possible. This is how we took a lot of hits. At 99, you're going to actually be able to have a 75 offensive rebound. And at 99, you're going to be able to have a 90 defensive rebound. So I feel like that's very, very close to what Giannis is. You know what I'm saying? A 90 defensive rebound because he's not the best rebounder. But he can get a lot of rebounds and a 75 offensive rebound. I feel like Giannis is more of a hustle player. You know what I'm saying? It's not that he's that good at rebounding compared to like Andre Drummond. It's just the fact that he's always going 110% and he's hustling. So I feel like a 75 offensive rebound and a 90 defensive rebound is really doing him justice. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I feel like this is going to be the best version. This was very, very hard to make. Very, very hard to find. I did probably over 50 different builds trying to find this man build. But I'm going to show you guys 3 different alternate versions. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop into those. Alright, so the first one that I will be showing you guys is the one that has 24 finishing, 7 shooting, 3 playmaking, and 23 defensive. The real problem with this is the 3 playmaking. The defensive is not that big of a deal because you're going to end up with a 70 offensive rebound. You're going to have a 95. I'm not going to go too in detail on it. Just understand that you're going to be maxing out your interior defense, perimeter defense, and block. Your steal is actually a lot higher, though. That's one thing that I wanted to have on the Giannis build that I couldn't. Also, your post control is going to be a lot higher. But when it came to the playmaking, you just wasn't going to be able to get that much, even if I took that stuff down. Even if I took it down, bro. It's just how they did it. It's pretty much the same type of build. You're just going to be a lot slower because you're going up in height. It's all the way up to 6'10", 243 pounds, and 7'8" wingspan. In my opinion, I feel like the other one is better because it gets more playmaking. The post control in this one makes it a little bit better in post. A lot better in post, actually. Then when it comes to the steal, you're going to be a lot better at steal because you're going to be able to actually have intercepting. That's what Giannis kind of needs. So yeah, that's going to be better at that. But I feel like it doesn't do Giannis playmaking justice. Alright, next. This is a little bit closer to being a Giannis build. This is at 6'10" again, but it's a little bit lower on the weight. The biggest deal that I see that's a problem is the strength. Giannis is very, very strong. Very, very strong. So I feel like that was a big problem. But the steal, we do have steal on this build. He has a 95 defense rebound, a 95 block, but he only has 5 playmaking. He only has 6 shooting, but he has 25 on the finishing. As you can see, I just found out that I had to go shorter on the height and I had to go lower on the post control, lower on the steal to be able to make the build as well-rounded as possible. It's just what I had to end up doing. It's just what I had to do. And then I feel like this is one of the better versions of making a Giannis build that's as close as possible to Giannis. Another thing that's a very big hole is that at 99, you're only going to have a 70 speed ball. On the other one, At 6'8", you would add an 80 speed with ball. That's a big deal, man. That's a big deal in this game, I'll be honest with you. Then you see all the physicals. Everything is very low compared to like the 6'8" one. Vertical is pretty fine. That's probably fine. But like the speed, acceleration, that's probably close to Giannis because of how lanky he is. But I feel like he's faster than that because 2K doesn't take into account how lanky people are. It just makes them that speed. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's another version, but that's probably not even the best of these 3 versions in my opinion. So yeah. And then last but not least, the best version out of all these builds, besides the best version that I showed y'all first, that I went into the most detail on, this is going to be the one that gets 26 finishing, 6 shooting, 7 playmaking, and 20 defensive. So you're pretty much gonna have a way higher strength, but you're gonna be at 6'9". The other two it says 6'10". That's probably gonna be the biggest difference. 6'10", you just lose so much on your playmaking, but at 6'9", you're gonna actually still be able to have like a 74 strength, which is doing Giannis a lot more justice, even though I feel like he's more towards the 85 range. 74 is still good. Then you have a 79 speed, you have a 75 acceleration, 74 strength, 86 vertical, 91 stamina. You're gonna have an 86. We pretty much did the same thing on the rebound, but we still have a 62 steal this time. That's gonna be able to help us get interceptor. Then for the finishing, you're gonna pretty much be able to max out everything except for the close shot that's not getting touched. And then pretty much on the shooting is the same thing, but the playmaking again is a whole, because you're only gonna have a 50 pass accuracy and you're only gonna be able to get to 7 badge of grades on the playmaking. So I showed you guys 4 different ways to make the build. Make the build however way you really want to make it. Whichever way you think is the best way, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? That's literally completely up to you, but we're gonna move on. Alright, next, the most important part of this video, I'm not gonna lie, is gonna be the takeovers, because it's very hard to choose for takeover. In my opinion, I just ended up going with 2 slashing. I went with 2 slashing, yes. And I went with finishing moves because Giannis gets a lot of contact dunks. But I probably should have went with advanced gathers first, because if Giannis does anything at the highest rate, better than anyone, it's those Euros. Euro dunks, he's very, very unguardable, whether it's fast break, half court, very, very hard to guard. Now, another thing that he's pretty good at is kind of the fade or the post, killing people in the post, because he's so much longer and stronger than a lot of people. He can just kill people in the post, getting around people, because he's so much faster than people that's his size and that's as strong as him, and he's so much stronger than people if you put smaller people on him, and so much longer. So it's really hard for people to guard him in the post, to be honest. But yeah, that's going to be the takeovers we end up going for this build. And the build comes out as a 2-way slashing shot creator. That's actually one of the rarest names I've seen in this game this year. And look at the similitudes. Similar shades of Zion Williamson, Anthony Davis, and who we making the video on, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So yeah, man, that's going to be pretty much the best Giannis Antetokounmpo build. All we got left to go over is the best bad setups for this build. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead, hop straight into it. Alright, so first things first is going to be the finishing bad setup. So for the finishing bad setup, when it comes to all these bad setups, when I go over these NBA player build videos, I'm going to be showing you guys pretty much the best bad setup for the way they play. So first badge we put on was Acrobat, because of the Euros. You know about Giannis and his Euros, very overpowered. Rise up, we got to do as many standing dunks as possible. It's Giannis, he doesn't lay the ball up, he's dunking it every single time. Every single time. He's so aggressive. That's what makes him so good, in my opinion. Velocity finisher. No one can stop Giannis in the pick and roll lobs. It's very, very hard. Maybe Anthony Davis, but like, he has a Hall of Fame for a reason. Then we have slithery finisher and posterizer, because posterizer, he's gonna dunk on you every single time. And it's Giannis. He's gonna pretty much get the best, and he's gonna do the best thing possible for every single situation. That's why he has such a high efficiency every single game, and he doesn't even play that many minutes. If you look at Giannis' stats, he averages some crazy stats: 30, 15, and 7, and he only playing 30 minutes a game. Usually people like LeBron, AD, Kawhi, KD, all these other people, they probably playing closer to like 35 minutes. Giannis is doing that in like 30 minutes. It's really, really crazy to see. It kind of probably does hurt him that he doesn't play as many minutes as them, because when it gets to the playoffs, he should be playing a lot more minutes. It's that simple. But yeah, those are the badges I ended up going with for the best finishing badge setup for this build. Alright, next for the shooting, I honestly didn't know what to fully go with, so I just went with how I think Giannis plays. I don't think he deserves Hall of Fame fadeaways, but I didn't feel right giving him badges like catch and shoot, corner specialist, because Giannis, I never really see Giannis shooting from the corner. If he's shooting from anywhere, it's deep and it's from like the 3-point line. And in my opinion, he doesn't even shoot that well from deep three-pointer. Now, if he's hot, he's hitting it, like that one game he had against the Lakers, but like, he's not the craziest. And he's not gonna get dead-eye and blinded because Giannis is shooting wide open because people want him to shoot. That's what people want him to do. So I ended up going with Badger, like difficult shots and fades, because in the post, his little post fade is actually pretty decent for him. For him to not be that really good of a shooter, post fade is actually pretty good for him. And then the mid-range, he's just really, for him, like, he's way better at the mid-range than he is as a three-point shooter, in my opinion. So I ended up giving him difficult shots. So yeah, man, that's just what I ended up doing. I guess you can put on a badge like tireless shooter or hot zone hunter. I probably should have put on hot zone hunter. I can see if somebody said I should put on hot zone hunter, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hot zone hunter, hot shot, because when he's hot, maybe. But yeah, that's just what I ended up putting on. Shooting bad setup for this doesn't really matter. You're not gonna put that on anyway. All right, next is going to be the best playmaking bad setup for this build. So we're gonna have quick first step on goal. That's gonna be pretty much making a speed boost at the highest rate possible for this build because it doesn't get Hall of Fame. Handles for days is gonna be canceling out the stamina issue in this game. Unpluckable is gonna help you not get ripped as much as possible. If we think about Giannis has the ball in his hands a good majority of the game. Is he on James Harden level? No, but for a power forward, he probably handles the ball more than any power forward in the league by far. He's literally the Bucks' entire offense. When he's not playing, you can see the difference in the way the Bucks play. They play completely different when Giannis plays. It's just a completely different team on offense and defense. Unpluckable, I don't really see Giannis getting ripped too much or getting turnovers that much, to be honest. He's very, very good with the ball. I don't think he has like the craziest handle, but he's very good at not like getting too many turnovers. Then you got badges like bullet passing. These guys to throw a lot faster passes and also help your pass not get stolen as much as possible. I don't think Giannis is the craziest passer. I feel like the passes are easiest for Giannis because he gets double teamed so much because you can't guard Giannis one-on-one. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. You can't. You have to pretty much create a wall like Miami did. That's pretty much how they stopped him. They created a wall, but it ended up having his teammates have a lot of open shots. But I guess that's Giannis' fault that they missed. But I'm not going to get too much into that. That's going to be the best playmaking bad setup for this build. And for the best defensive bad setup for this build, we're going to end up with 4 Hall of Fame, 1 gold, and 2 silver. So, gold clamps. We already know why we got that. Giannis is a very good perimeter defender. Is he the best perimeter defender? No. But for his size and length, he's very good. So we got to have that, at least that gold. Then for the 4 Hall of Fame, Giannis is a very good rebounder. Very good at getting shot contests. Very good at chase downs. And he's very good at just getting blocks in general. A badge I really would have liked to be able to get was interceptor. But like I showed you, for the best version, I couldn't put the steal on. So that's just what we had to do. Then when it came to badges like box and worm, that's going to pretty much help you get the best box outs and get around box outs at the highest rate possible to be able to get more rebounds. Intimidator is going to get you the best shot contest possible. Chase down blocks is going to help you get a lot more chase down blocks. And rip is going to help you get a lot more blocks. And it's going to be able to help you, like, just help your teammates get a lot more takeover for blocks. It's going to unlock special animations for blocks, all different types of stuff. And it's going to be enhancing badges like Chase Down Artist and Intimidator. But yeah, man, that's going to be pretty much the best defensive badge setup for this build. But yeah, man, that's going to be the best Giannis Antetokounmpo build in this game. The two-way slashing shot creator. I showed you guys 4 different ways to make this man in this game. I found like 50 different ways. I feel like those are the 4 best ways to make them that I could find. It might be a better version out there, but in my opinion, I feel like I upload the best versions of every single build that I'm gonna be dropping on this channel. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and leave a like on this video to help this go out to as many people as possible. This took forever to make. Subscribe if you're new. We're on this road to 100K, so I really would appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Turn on post notifications to be the first to every single my video. Share this video to anybody you think this will help. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man. And I'm out there, man.
Tell them to bring me my money.
Yeah! Head in the clouds, walk through the city, they taking you out. Bitches be talking, they running their mouth. A bag in the back and a stick in the couch. You know what it's about. Had to cope with all the pain, so I'm about to die, man. They say he going too fast.
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple.